What does NFT stand for?
Never flicking Tostitos.
No Fanta time.
Nikon fits Twitter.
Nylon flesh tones.
That's it! Let's start the show. Welcome back to another exciting episode of EDM Chatters. Today's topic, if you hadn't already guessed, is NFTs. Are NFTs? Who knows? It's a new word. As a reminder, kind viewers, please like and subscribe so you always know when we put out new videos. So, if you haven't been paying attention to EDM or the world at large, NFTs have sort of taken everyone by storm. Vince, what is an NFT?
Yeah, man. NFT stands for non-fungible token. It is a way to provide public proof of ownership for all types of digital assets.
And let me just interject here, because fungible is just a very fun word.
Yeah, it's like cellar door, but you know.
How so?
People say that cellar door is the most beautiful word in the English language.
Really? I always thought it was moist. Anyway.
Here we go. Proof of ownership for all types of digital assets. So digitized Banksies, NBA highlights, first tweets of famous people. They're fetching crazy prices right now, and it's pirate proof. You can't copy it. You know, people say what's the big deal? I could just copy the JPEG forever and ever.
Right.
But it's the idea behind the ownership, I think. It's like, dude, I have the NFT of the Banksy.
It's like having a forgery, basically. It's like, you know, you can have a Mona Lisa in your house. It's probably not the real Mona Lisa.
Right.
Probably. I don't know. I haven't really been to the Louvre lately to see if it's still there. Probably is. But, yeah, I mean, it's essentially a way to mark your property in a digital way, I suppose. It's essentially the same idea as cryptocurrency in that the value is just whatever people assign it. Like, there's no value in a digital art piece of a cat with spots, yet someone purchased such a picture for $164,000. Like, would I do that? No.
Someone bought this Neopets motherfucker.
This Neopets looking derpy cat that looks like it might have some kind of skin disease. If that person wants to turn that around and sell it and make a profit, more power to them. Do I understand it? No. But it's happening.
This thing has introduction, or CryptoKitties have introductions. Says here, salutations, I'm Dragon. I bit Rebecca Black. I actually haven't read this. Are you reading this?
I am now.
So folks at home are reading a Medium article about this. We can probably link it in the description just for funsies. But believe it or not, spying on the neighbors is seriously exhilarating. You should try it sometime. Let's connect on ICQ. The other one I think fetched 146,000. This one actually fetched 390,000. That's 600 Ethereum.
That is absolutely ridiculous. But bringing it back to EDM, obviously, because that's what we do. A lot of EDM artists have started playing around with Ethereum. With NFTs. It's not really surprising because streaming isn't really making that much money. There weren't any shows for the past year. So, I mean, if someone launches an NFT and someone else gives it value, they're not putting this up for auction and saying, give me $11 million. But if someone wants to value it at $11 million, then so be it. One of the first NFT drops in EDM was Blau's album, Ultraviolet. So he put up limited edition NFTs of the album, and they sold online for $3.6 million. And he actually had 33 unique NFTs, digital items, that totaled $11.6 million. So where he could have put this album out on Spotify and made a fraction of that, he made $11 million, which is probably more than he's made in a year of touring in his entire life. So that's really fucking cool. Do I understand it? No. But I respect it.
this is like getting way too deep into the topic, but like it's kind of like how we think of money. Like the American dollar has value because we all collectively think it does.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, it used to be based on a gold or silver standard, but I mean that hasn't really been relevant for years. I mean,
but currency in general, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, especially cryptocurrency.
That's the idea behind it.
Yeah,
and,
especially currency.
Yeah, so it's a weird like thought experiment, and it's, I mean, good for him. Holy.
But I mean, so the whole thing with NFTs is that they're put on the blockchain, and there isn't really a system for copyright there yet. So before we get into the other examples, I want to just mention this thing that happened between Dylan Francis and Lane 8. Essentially, he tweeted something about NFTs, and Dylan Francis minted his tweet and put Lane 8's tweet up for sale. So Lane 8 said, "Big announcement. Instead of doing an NFT pandering to the ultra rich while excluding the normal fans who built me up in the first place, all to make a quick buck, I decided I'm just going to keep releasing my music for everyone the normal way." And then Dylan tweeted about that NFT. And Lane 8 quoted that tweet and said, "The irony of you selling something with my name and image without my permission on a platform that claims to empower artists to their own art is hilariously emblematic of how poorly thought out this whole movement is. Glad you're donating the money though, way to go." And then, icing on the cake, Dylan minted that tweet too. Not only was the original tweet suddenly up on the NFT blockchain, now the tweet of Lane 8 criticizing the tweet about the NFT that Dylan had minted of Lane 8 is now also minted.
This shit is like the most cyberpunk like thing to happen, like in the history of like mankind. Like, this is so sick.
For the record, Dylan Francis burned both of these tokens, so they're no longer available for purchase. He and Lane 8 talked it out, but where does it end? I mean, I've already heard reports of people, of OnlyFans creators who are having their content minted and sold as NFTs without their permission or consent. The copyright rules of NFTs are still essentially being written right as we speak.
So it's the Wild West right now.
Essentially, it's the Wild West, yeah. Which, I mean, is exciting in ways because, I mean, the Wild West was, taking it back to what, the 1800s, was a time of massive expansion for the US. It was a time of great monetary and economic growth, but at the same time, we also displaced native tribes. There was a lot of killing and a lot of murder. People probably illegally staked claim to land that they didn't own and then pushed out, you know, whoever was living there before, all in the name of riches. We're sort of seeing the same thing here, where we're seeing the smaller creators are getting pushed out by big names. Elon Musk drops an EDM song about NFTs to sell as an NFT, and he's fucking Elon Musk, so of course people are gonna buy it because it's who he is, and his name gives value to his art, no matter how good the art itself is. Is it going to change EDM? Is it going to change any industry other than its own?
It's a crazy ecosystem. Like, whoa, there's like an avenue to like actually kind of just like sell a work of art that's actually like a digital piece. You know, it's not just like me handing some dude a file. There definitely is a style to NFT art at this moment. There's one like art piece where it's just like literally like a bunch of stock 3D assets put into like just like a vertical video, and it just like loops forever, and that's it, right? So like the quality like isn't there, you know, like we see these headlines with, you know, these big names, but the art is pretty good compared to what you can actually find on like the Ethereum blockchain. Even Deadmau5 like released some NFT like packs. They're called rares. I think it was just like a pack of just like random collectibles from his like live shows. He made about like $96,000 for like all the packs they sold. I mean, if I knew about it, I probably would have bought like a Deadmau5 thing. Like, having like a thing made by Deadmau5, because he does his own visuals too, and that's just like, oh shit. Steve Aoki also put up some art, I think in collab with Anthony Tudisco. It sold for
$888,888.88
for this Lupin mocap of a hairy dude.
I have one more question. Once you buy an NFT, once it's yours, what do you do with it? Where does it go? I mean, there are like digital picture frames where you can display like photos and things, but, and I guess you could play music that you buy as an NFT, but like, are you downloading a JPEG when you win an auction an NFT? Like, are you downloading a WAV file when you win a piece of music? Or does it exist solely in the blockchain and you need some other kind of technology to display or use it?
That I do not know. I wish I did more research on that. I think it's a file that you get to download, and it's like, that's your proof of ownership.
I guess so, yeah.
Of the work of art that like people can't pirate. It's like pretty secure. You can't, it's like really hard for people to replicate. Fans, if you know what you do with NFTs after you buy it, let us know down in the comments below.
Yeah, because we don't know.
And before we like end this thing, Madian also released an NFT piece called Diskhead, and this thing is actually sick. I love this piece.
Look at this.
I think he collaborated with his team that did all the Good Faith live visuals. Of all of the pieces that I've seen, this is probably like the sweetest piece of like motion design I've seen.
And that's not just your inherent bias toward Madian or anything.
No.
Not at all. Well, I mean, that does it for EDM Chatters.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed our ramblings, maybe learned a thing or two, and I hope some of you in the comments help us learn a thing or two, because we're still pretty new to this NFT thing. Don't forget to like and comment on this video, and subscribe to our channel if you want more exciting EDM content from us. Even if you don't, just do it anyway. I mean, what's it gonna cost you, right? Hopefully not as much as an NFT, but we will see you. We will see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.